Welcome back, guys. Toaster back again with, surprise, surprise, a T-34-3. And I should count up how many T-34-3 videos I have on here. I bet you it's a third of my replays. But at any rate, nevertheless, let's move forward. And we're on Prokhorovka. There are two arties. And I noticed there's a bunch of light tanks. But there's nothing that really scares me on the enemy team. They do have a 5100, which would be a little bit sad if I ran into him. But we're able to pick up a couple of light tanks, and we're going to snapshot and keep on moving. Now, I'm moving side to side because I don't want the arty to see me as a good target. And we're able to, someone catches this bulldog pushing forward, and I want to make sure that I do not allow him to spot our TDs. So I'm going to move to support. Now this is kind of dangerous because if there's guys back in this area, they can shoot me, but I want to make sure that he does not move forward. And we see this Kampfpanzer, he's got 0 armor, but he takes no damage, right? So we're not in a position that we want to push too far up this ridge, because I have there's no cover there, right? Sure, there's a lot of bushes and stuff, but I was lit. So I decide that I'm going to make an aggressive play in this game, and the reason for it is nobody shot at me when I was up on this ridge, and I feel like I've got a fairly good chance of pushing the action here, and so that's what we're gonna do. Now that Kampfpanzer has no armor, so anywhere I hit him is gonna overmatch him. So I mean, I'm just gonna sit here, hold down, and make him push me, right? And we pick up the P Victoria, who decides he's going to push me, along with a light tank. And that P Victoria misses me, and he backs off, obviously, because he doesn't want to get hit by my tank destroyers. And I don't know, the guy must have got tracked, thankfully, and we're able to put a shot into him. And we're just staying as low as we possibly can to get a shot on this P Victoria, and we go ahead and put a nice 427 high roll into him. So we're up to 1700 damage, and notice we're just shooting at tanks of opportunity, and we go a little bit high here to chase some damage, and maybe not yet. So our light tank dies, but at this point we've got a pretty solid position here. And there's that AMX 5100. So we back down the hill just enough. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is if there's guys up in this position here, as high as I was, I would have been getting shot. But there was nobody up there, right? So I know that this area is fairly safe. And so we're just going to get unlit, and we're going to push in these wheeled vehicles. Holy Hannah. We're just going to push up enough that we can get shots, right? And we're able to put a nice shot into this T-34. Now, he's a very good tank if he's hull down, but because he's not hull down to me, he really has no hope of penning me, and I can pen him all day long, right? So we're continuing to use this position to our advantage, and again, we haven't been shot by the backside snipers. That looked like it hurt. Roomba. So it's currently 8-3, but we've got 3,600 damage, and it's all because we pushed into a very aggressive position. Now I'm using this side of this dead tank to help us be hull down, right? And we're trying to look for hope shots there. Most of our shots have hit, so we've been very fortunate in that regard at range. But now the gun is starting to troll us a little bit, which I really can't complain about, because this tank is derpy at best, and I'm having trouble getting shots. But it's time to push in. We've got 45 seconds left, right? And we've got 4,000 damage and 1,000 spotting. So we want to push in and make sure that these guys don't cap out. We're not going to give them an easy win, right? So that 5100 is quite dangerous. Artie does reset, and we see the T-69, and I fired too early, but we're able to get a bunch of spotting out of it. So we're up to 2,000 spotting and 4K damage, and there's only one guy left, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. He's down in this dip down here. That's where he's been the entire game, and I'm gonna show you. I do end up killing this guy. And look at that right there. I am just teetering on this edge. So what I did there when I came in here is I did a handbrake turn, just enough to slow me down a lot, so that when I pulled in here, I could get right on this edge. Now I could back up this edge. It doesn't look possible, but I could. So in the case of if there were other tanks around, I was set up to actually leave. So yeah, that's the end of the game. And 4,000 damage, 2,000 assists. Let's go ahead and take a look at the after action report on this. Okay, here we are, after action report. We got a high caliber. We ended up top of the team with 1,400 XP. The Samoa SM did very well with 3,900 damage. That's a nice tank, but and their Panhard, apparently their Panhard must have done, oh, he did 2,300 combined, so nobody really did anything on the enemy team, and that's why it was a steamroll. But us getting into a forward position really allowed us to rack up the damage and the assists there. So 18 shots fired, 12 hits, 12 pens, 4,000 damage, and 2,000 assists. That's a solid 6K combined. Anytime you do that in a tier 8 premium, you should be happy. 71,000 credits, and this was on a 5 times, and I had a little bit of personal reserve going, so 7,200 XP. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope to catch you on the next one. I'll try and get some more videos out. This is probably the last one that I've got, unless I get some today. I will be playing today. Well, that's not going to help you, 'cause today is Sunday, so maybe I'll jump on Twitch, and that way you guys can know that I'm playing. Thank you very much for watching. Tonester out.